It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. We don't lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. We don't lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so dope. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. We don't lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea all day, it's true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. So the banners fly high under the sun. Every player on that field, together we run. With each kick we feel the passion ignite. For Chelsea our hearts shine forever bright. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no one. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. It's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our team, standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that rhythm in our hearts, can't take defeat. Every match we rise, watch the game unfold. Blue blood running deep, our story told. With every win we celebrate our crew. Chanting songs for Chelsea.
Yes, good people, big up to all of you. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome for another Chelsea match review show. I do hope you're all doing well. But more importantly, welcome to the Blue morning show. I do hope you're all doing well once again. It's a happy day, a good day to be a Chelsea fan. As usual, nobody gave us a chance, but you all know how it all ended. But that's, by the way, we will go news hunting, kinda, but because we've been looking at commentaries from pundits, ex-footballers alike, and then we'll come back to the match review exercise proper. And I'm happy to announce that I have my bro. Excuse me. Tibel, you did this. My goodness. Okay.
You have been drinking a lot of Umqombothi, so big up.
My goodness, I wanted to big you up, but I have my bro Timmy on the panel. Timmy, I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you for joining me on the panel. Too excited, man. Jesus Christ, couldn't contain myself, but I'm good.
Yeah,
All
big up,
right,
big
looks
up,
like
big up.
go ahead. Go ahead. How you doing, man?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, bro?
I can't complain. Happy day. A good day to be a Chelsea fan. We do you could say a lot of hate watching for us today. Man City were cooked by Leverkusen. That was a shocking performance from them, but we were, you could say, immaculate against Barcelona. A game nobody gave us a chance. Barca fans were online cooking us, discussing how they were going to mop the stadium carpet with us, yada yada yada. And to a lot of people, the game was Yamal versus Estevão, and we know what happened. Um, but yeah, excellent game from us. 3-0. It wasn't even close. We could have scored up to six actually. We could have scored up to six, but I'm just happy. Again, it was a you could argue it was a statement win. But let me ask you to how big of a win would you say that is?
Yeah, this is one of our biggest wins under Enzo Maresca, and I will say
And I heard
this is
this
the
against Barcelona too. I heard.
yes, and also this like the game we played last night was fantastic. One of the greatest performance under Enzo Maresca because we've been on and off, but again last night, oh my gosh, from minute 1 until minute 90, we were cooking. So overall, man, I'm happy about the performance.
Yeah, a statement performance indeed. Okay, let's see what we have in the chat. I'm not gonna read your comment because you're on the panel here, and Dante was also in the chat. I'm glad he didn't cook me because I expected him to start talking about indiscipline. Yes, people, we need one more like, and would you please kindly be here? We have 9 likes right now. We have 16 people following the show. We can do a lot better than 9 likes. So if you haven't, please do take a second, drop a like on the video, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Statement performance, Maresca players and the crowd. Yeah, the bridge was looked a different place yesterday. It was electric, and I loved every bit of it. Even when you can say we seemed did come across as disjointed a bit. The crowd, they were vociferous, they were as loud as ever, and you can argue that gingered the players even more. We were on top of them, didn't give them space to breathe. And yeah, they struggled a bit. You could argue we did the same thing to them, the same thing we did to PSG during the Club World Cup final, but it was an excellent performance overall. Statement performance, Maresca players and the crowd all top. They all were. And my friend Eugene, nice to see you once again. I do hope you're doing well, and thank you for finding the time to join the conversation. So we have the captain of the communities, and I'm not gonna stop saying it, and he knows why. In Constantin Dunn, big up to you, big man. I appreciate you, Ozzy man, for joining the conversation. I hope I got that correct. But that's, by the way, thank you, Dante, for joining the conversation. I do hope you're doing well.
Yeah, big up, coach. Yeah, doing well. A little bit tired. Yeah.
From the game?
Yeah, from the game, not sleeping much today. Only a couple of hours slept, so very tired. So going to bed very soon. But I'll be here for a little bit, probably for
All right.
45 minutes.
Your thoughts on the overall performance?
Yeah, big up to Bego as well and everyone in the chat. Yeah, amazing. Obviously, like I said, I'm not really scared of Barcelona. The worst probably would be a draw, to be honest. So I'm not really scared of Barcelona. I knew Maresca will really set up the team properly, and yep, did he set it up properly. A little bit of a surprise with Neto up front, but it was a good surprise because obviously the way they play, and he's been in form. He's been the form player, probably Neto as well. So he probably rewarded him for that. And
and plus, the more fluid we are, the more difficult it be for them to stop
correct.
us.
Exactly. More difficult to mark, to follow, to man mark. Yes, the fluid approach against teams like that really works because
and chances are they were expecting to see either Delap or what's his name, João Pedro start. Go ahead. Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah. So, not surprised João Pedro didn't play. Like I said before the pregame, I said I don't see him probably maybe playing this game. I see Delap probably playing the game more. So he didn't play, so he's rested. He'll be probably playing for Arsenal. But I mean, amazing all round performance, pretty much from minute one. From minute two, because they nearly scored in that first minute with that goal. They probably should have gone one up, but since after that, absolutely nothing till the red card. And even though we got the red card, I still think we still would have beaten them in the second half, no problem, the way we were playing. So it's a shame they got that red card because I really wanted them to stay at full strength. So there's no little excuses. There's no excuses at all. But I think most people would have seen that game, we would have dominated that game. Even if they had probably 11 men, we still would have won that game. So
I mean, we were on top of them even before the red card.
Exactly. Well, that's what I mean.
We were on top of them until the red card was out. It was almost at the end of the first half, actually.
Yeah, 44th minute or something like that.
Yeah.
Look, the red card comes from that pressure and how good
exactly.
we were playing.
More importantly, go ahead.
So, look, it wouldn't have made a difference in my opinion, but there's some people out there saying, that's an excuse. But yeah, look, pretty much perfect performance. Like I said, absolutely everyone played really well. I don't think one person had a bad game. Probably
even the substitutes were brilliant.
Substitutes were perfect. Maresca he's probably my man of the match for this game because he really even more so after when you hear the players' interviews after the games, what they were saying, that I think was Fofana talking about it quite in detail. Maresca really set them up and really, I'll use a word you like to use, they really drilled them really well for this game. And
I'm not talking to you.
and really set them up very tactically and
he knew the opponent
to tear Barcelona apart, and he was very confident that we're winning this game.
Before the game, he knew how they apply themselves on the pitch and knew the managers' preferred approach. So, and
exactly,
we were prepared for the game, and you could say prepared to a T if there's anything like that, because Barcelona didn't look like Barcelona. And just for context, let me open this immediately and not just be throwing numbers at people. Let's look at what the numbers tell us, because eye test alone, I usually don't tell the whole story. Numbers also don't tell the whole story. Again, we expected them to have more possession than us. I've succeeded in avoiding.
I said it'll be around the same. I said it'll probably be around 55%, probably to us, to 45%.
Nearly 10 more. Do the mathematics: 56% to 44, and 56 for us.
Yeah. So that's what I expected actually. At home,
and for XG, we finished with 1.89. We outperformed our XG. They finished with 0.7.
Yeah.
9. And I think the first half actually was worse, or the second half was worse for them. Let me see second half XG for them. I was shocked when I saw. Yeah, the overall second half XG was 0.06.
Yeah, they had a good chance right at the end. Basically that first minute chance and that chance right at the end when Sanchez pulled off his first save, basically.
Yeah, so we cooked them, really. 15 shots to 5 shots. Shots on target 6-2 of theirs. Big chances 3-1 of theirs. Big chances missed 2, they missed 1. It wasn't even close. And the good thing, here's the thing: we scored our first goal before Araujo's second yellow, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We did. So the red was actually right at the, you could say, at the point of the first half ending. So no
But don't forget
excuses.
the
And when you
disallowed
watch
goals as
there,
well.
go ahead.
Three disallowed goals, basically, just offside. One, the other one questionable if he's in the way or not. The other one was offside. So yeah, we were all over them. We put the ball in the net literally 3 times in that first half, before the red card already. Just, like I said, those calls unfortunately didn't quite go our way. But yeah, look, we pretty much dominated them, pretty much embarrassed them, I think, especially in that second half. And a
They
lot
were
of people are still,
confused.
yeah, look, a lot of people still saying that Maresca is still a one-dimensional type of coach, no real plan B. Well, what does Flick? What do you say about Flick? I mean, talk about one-dimensional. That's pretty much Flick is probably that with Barcelona, to be honest. Not Maresca with Chelsea.
I think the argument that Enzo Maresca is one dimensional, unfortunately, even some of my friends, I've heard them say that. It's, you could say, down to lack of understanding of how the man approaches games. Maybe they're just paying attention to results and not the approach proper. Some of them have learned the hard way that, for instance, Malo Gusto is the manager's most important player, irrespective of how badly they think he's played in the past, because yeah, the shots and all that, he, as I've told people before, he does the basics correctly, and he has helped us win some of the biggest games. We've won under Enzo Maresca, but unfortunately a lot of people don't see that. So I don't want to insult anybody, but saying Maresca is one dimensional is down to lack of understanding with regards to how he approaches the games, honestly. Because
Yeah.
Maresca, if anything, he's predictably unpredictable in terms of approach, not just selection. But that's by the way, Tebeho, let's hear you. Go ahead, Dante. Were you going to say something? Sorry.
No, that's pretty much it. Just with the Malagusto, yeah, like, yeah, he probably would have stayed on if he didn't get that knock and the yellow card. He probably would have stayed on more, but
The yellow,
Andres
yeah.
Santos came in. That was the perfect sub, and yeah, especially with 10 men, Barcelona adding that extra midfielder in there that sits a bit more, doesn't go like Gusto, that completely destroyed that midfield. So yeah, we were all over them because of that. So that was a great move by Maresca as well.
Yeah, it was. Tebeho, your thoughts on the overall performance, and once you're done, I'll ask again. We'll find out from Dante who was his man of the match, because as he said, he'd be going to bed soon. So yeah, but Tebeho, let's hear you if you're there.
Yeah, Enzo Maresca, master plan. What a coach, man. Like Dante said, I don't like it when people say Enzo Maresca is one dimensional. Come on, bro. How many games did you watch Chelsea play and Enzo Maresca? Are we playing the same way? I don't think so. And he said it. They even ask him a lot of times. He says every game different game plan. And also before the game, I was watching this other interview with Enzo Maresca with this other guy from Spain. I forgot his name. Something Balag, something like that. He-
I think
And
Julian
then
Belak,
something like that. And then
the
he
ESPN,
said,
does he work for ESPN? I don't know, but Balag, yeah,
I'm
Julian
not,
Balag.
I'm not sure he works for. Yes, and then he asked Enzo Maresca that I've asked a lot of people about you, and then they said in terms of a game plan, you're one of the best coaches they ever had. So, what is your ready something like that? And then he said, no. I just do a game plan just like other coach, and he laughed about it. Clearly, this guy is so good, man. That's why, like, even though for me personally, I think in the transfer window, we didn't do that well. But again, he's here. He's going to fix up. Hopefully, he can get the best out of these players. But yeah, man, what a coach, man. They're hating for no reason. Oh, I got no plan B, blah blah blah. I don't care. They're second on the league, and we just beat Barcelona convincingly. That's it.
Yeah, that even as Dante Hansi Flick now wants his players to play like Chelsea players. But let me catch up what we have in the chat. I'll come to Dante and let's discuss his man of the match. Masterclass performance, honestly, from the manager to the players, they were all brilliant. Estevão, wow. We'll get to that goal. I really would like to discuss that goal. Good morning to you too, Ebenezer. Nice to see you from Ghana. Yesterday was the happiest day of your life. Wow. A statement win, honestly. And as I told people before the game, the bigger the occasion, the more confident I feel. You can say the smaller, you can say if we play mid-table or bottom-table team, then I get a little bit concerned because of the way they play against us, which usually makes it very difficult for us. But it looks like we're also finding ways to win those sort of games. But yeah, the bigger the occasion, the less concerned I am. The more confident I am, that I think that'd be the more correct way to say it. And we have, and by the way, IP, nice to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Lamine Yamal, I'm not gonna clown the kid, but here's the thing: I'm not the one saying those things we talked about yesterday. I'm not. Go listen to Barca content creators. They're cooking him. They are slating him. They're mentioning, some are actually saying that he should stop. Let me not go to that extent. I just don't want to say that I'm correct because chances are they're also wrong. But they're cooking him because, yeah, it just seems as if the bigger the occasion, the less likely you could argue he hardly performs. He doesn't perform consistently. Again, when he participates in big games, for lack of a more relatable way to phrase that, but you get the point. And yesterday was one example. Okay, but I'm still not going to get into the Yamal versus Estevao argument. Time will tell, but I know who will come out on top because he's humble and everything else we've talked about. Big up to you too, Mabasso59 to see you. He's saying to you, hello to you, Dante.
Yeah,
You want me to say it like that? Enter big. Ooh, I don't like Dante, so I'm not gonna big him up again. Big up to some extent,
Wait, is it my network or Coach Dante?
No, it's coach. It's coach. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it's my phone. Now I was just going through it into the toilet just right now.
Yeah, it's coach. She's been having problems. Looks like it.
what happened? Let me see if I'll try and correct
Yeah,
something.
yeah, fine now.
You're back.
Yeah,
Coach.
fine
You're back
now.
now.
All right. Okay, we've read that one. The Prince is here. Big up, Kuchela. Big up to you too. I want to ask a question, please. Why do we find it difficult to break down low blocks? It's simple, the way they approach the game. But I think that's not so much of an issue right now. And in the games we played against teams that defended deep this season, we had good opportunities to win those games, but we just went clinical on those occasions. So yeah, not that much of a concern to me, but a concern. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the regime. The likes do go a long way. Jonathan, nice to see you. Thank you for joining the conversation. Appreciate you. Who else do we have here? Big up to you too, Ty. Thank you for joining the conversation. Let's see. I don't think my Wi-Fi is a problem. I think it's the application itself. Consistency needed. I think, it'd be correct to say that. And whereas here, you just highlighted the issue. The bigger the occasion, the more bothered our players are to turn up. It's the games. It's the games away to the lesser known and favored that we seem to fumble. I think I agree. Yeah. The games you expect us to mop the floor with the oppositions are the ones we usually find it difficult to find a way to win. Dante, back to you. Your man of the match. I know you don't. Again, you want to go to bed like you said, but let's try and talk about that. Your man of the match and why.
Yeah, look, it's a tough one because a lot of players played really well. Like I gave it to Enzo Maresca because I think he set up the team and he's the main man in that win. The way he set the players up, the way he encouraged them and the mentality he put into them for that game. But if I choose a player, look, it's tough, but Enzo Fernandez, I think, was brilliant. He was all over the field, absolutely everywhere, involved in everything. Those 2 disallowed goals, the assist. Probably should have had another couple of assists. He was very good. Then, of course, Cucurella completely locking up, Yamal playing, what he usually does. But he does that week in and week out. We see that him doing that. That's pretty normal for him as well. So, look, I think for impact, I think probably just for me personally, just Enzo Fernandez just a little bit because the way he played, he was all over the field, running, especially in the last 20 minutes. He looked more energy and more fresh than the first 10 minutes, and that's his running power. And that really contributed to opening them up even more. And I think he controlled that midfield when we had the ball, especially when he had the ball, he controlled that midfield, to a T. Controlled the pace, controlled the flow. Basically, Maresca's general. So Enzo Maresca and Enzo Fernandez, those two, I think, really laid their foundations to win that game.
I'd give it to Cucurella for neutralizing Yamal. He annoyed them. At some point, Yamal, you could tell, was annoyed. And Cucurella, the way, if it's on you, you could say, as I've always said before, his approach is erratic but effective. Comes across as erratic but effective. He knows exactly what he's doing. The way he applies himself on the pitch, he unsettled him. That even when you thought, he's going to beat him, he wasn't able to do anything because, it got into his head also. It was,
also,
and he didn't do that with him alone. There are a few other players on the Barcelona side that he unsettled too.
Oh, yeah, it unsettles everyone, but he knows Yamal very well from Spain. Obviously, they train all the time together. In training, they would play against each other all the time as well. He knows him well, and after the interview, he did the interview after the game. He got man of the match, I think, on the network.
He got UEFA's man of the match too.
UEFA's man of the match. He said after he knows he's a left-footed player. He likes to come on the inside. Now he's gonna always push him to his right-hand side, and he's always gonna lead him out wide. And if he beats him on the right foot, well, congratulations, because that's his weak foot. He's not very good on the right foot. If he goes inside, which he doesn't let him go inside because that is the plan, Cucurella knows this, and Maresca would have talked to him about it. Well, then Caicedo is there.
Just quickly, I think it'd be accurate to say that Yamal is actually predictable, just like Salah.
Yeah, of course.
That doesn't mean, irrespective of whether you know what he will most likely do, doesn't mean that, again, if you plan for that and that alone, that he's not going to find other ways to hurt you. But if you're able to neutralize him from that perspective, he usually struggles.
Yeah, and look, he's still very young. Obviously, he's very young. He'll improve that, and he'll get better on his right foot, and he'll know he needs to, because otherwise he won't go to another level and really be that guy. He needs to right foot, and look, but that's the inside knowledge Cucurella knows from training. He knows how to push his buttons. He knows where to let him go, not to go. So that helped a lot. Maresca, I said with Maresca, I've worked on that plan on him. So look, that helped a lot. But look, Cucurella shuts down everyone. He does his homework on the player as well. Obviously, Maresca gives him the homework. They both talk about it, and he does his homework very well on that player. So, and it does help having, Caicedo on the inside as well. Like he said, he's not worried if they do get away most of the time on the inside, because on his inside, he's got Caicedo there to clean that up if need be. So, just great game planning, smart defending. And for me, especially after this game, I think for me now, he's the clear number one left back in the world, in my opinion, Cucurella, after this game, 100%.
But my word, their second half XG 0.06.
Yeah.
I get it. They played with a man down, but we neutralized them.
And actually made attacking substitutions as well.
And that's exactly. So even after that, they finished the second half with an XG of 0.08, and we finished with 0.88. So it wasn't even
Yeah.
close. Total dominance.
Yeah, it was dumb. Like I said in our group chat, after we scored that second goal, I'm like, it's time to embarrass them, and I think we did that. The crowd was all laying left and right, probably for 40 passes in a row. You know, we were opening them up, covering them up. Yeah, we made them look pretty bad. We made them look pretty silly. We embarrassed them. And really, Hansi Flick, in my opinion, got embarrassed pretty bad because, I mean, okay, you're 1-0 down, you want to attack a bit, try to get, once you go 2-0 down, maybe, try to keep the goals down and try to, keep, a bit of control of the game. But no, he wanted to keep playing the same way. And yeah, look, he got very exposed and his team got very exposed doing that.
Yeah. Tabeo, I'll come to you in a bit. Big up to you too. Ty saying big up to you, Dante and Tavejo. Let's see.
Yeah.
Big up. Hopefully Chelsea can get a win against Arsenal. It's possible, but the way again we can beat them. The question now, you can say it's up to the manager and the players to answer that question. But I think we'll give a good account of ourselves. What the possible outcome will be on the day, I'm not too sure. Until I look at the numbers, I'll give you a sensible response with regards to what the most likely outcome will be on the day. But I smell a draw. Did Karabag really pose that much of a low block? I'd say no. I think there were other factors at play on that day. There were other factors. You could say we played as if we didn't take that game seriously. And I think the manager, he did say something to that effect too. Okay, if you guys don't like the video, keep dropping the likes on the video, people. 18 likes, we can do a lot better than that. 22 people watching. Let's get it up to 20 at least. Hello to you too, Rick Roy 932. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. And Dominic Maximilian Neche, nice to see you. A big coach and the panel. Huge win. Bring home bring on the Arsenal game. Okay, did Gusto contribute to the result? I think a lot. Again, the minutes he played on the pitch, he was one of the main reasons why they struggled to string passes together consistently, because he was everywhere disrupting their play. You need to go rewatch it. I didn't notice he started till he got taken off. His contribution in my eyes, nothing. Maybe again, that's how you want to see, but you need to go rewatch it. I think it's the same
And
thing in other games where you can say there are a lot of the big games we've won on that Maresca, where he was one of the reasons why we won those games. People really don't see, you can say, don't notice his contributions. And I'm sure if you rewatch it, you probably get to notice it. But go give it a shot. He also let everyone know how to stop Yamal. Maybe he did. I'm not sure, but yeah, Yamal was. You can say he was unsettled pretty quickly, actually. I don't hear much of it. I think we've read that one too. Let's see. And Fofana played 19 minutes again. That gives me hope. With Fofana's presence, we have more composed CB in backline. And Fofana, you can say he can be aggressive, but at the same time, good balance of aggression and composure. Really, you can get that from him on his day. And the more he plays, you can say the more polished he'd become. Because injuries. I think had it not been for the the injuries that kept him out of the squad for a long time, he'd be a much better player right now and one of the leaders we have. I think he's capable. So Eugene says he disagrees that Yamal is predictable. I've seen enough. Here's the thing. There's again, if he's on the ball, if you give him enough space, and he's closer to the box, he'd cut back into inside and shoot with his left foot and aim for the next bar. That's something that he does more often than everything else he does. He's an excellent dribbler. I'm not going to take away from him. So for me, you could say, yeah, definitely he's predictable to an extent. But you're entitled to your opinion, and you're entitled to say no, that isn't the case. But if you can elaborate, I would like to see. And I'll go take a look again. It looks like the majority of the goals he scored, I think, mainly you can say a lot will be cutting back into the central area and shooting with his left, and almost always aiming for the next bar. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'll go check again. Uh, um, let's see. Second place, Arsenal. Anything else we have here? Mi amigo, calm down. Let's see. Can someone explain to me if Gittins coming on when the game is already over 15 minutes before his substitution made sense? It does make sense. Giving players a few minutes, even if it's a minute, does go a long way. But I don't know. Dante, you want to answer that before I go to Tobago quickly? Why it makes sense that Gittins came on?
Because wingers run a lot and then usually get substituted. I mean, that's just normal. We needed to make the substitution, rotate players, rest players for next game. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think that is such a big deal. I mean, I'm not sure why Weira seems to be picking on every little tiny thing, but that's just normal. Of course, he's going to come on. You need to rest some players, rotate, give players minutes, confidence, etc.
I mean, even being part of the win, you can say, yeah, give some confidence too.
Of course, yeah.
And he created the chance, could have gotten an assist on the day.
Yeah, exactly. It just helps confidence, the team to, they play together more on the actual pitch. Look, it does wonders for Giddens being on there at the end. You see how they celebrated when the final whistle went. I mean, with the fans, well, he's there for that reason, for rotation reasons, to rest players, but also for the experience and, to feel involved. You have 5 substitutions these days. You need to use those 5 substitutions, especially on your wingers that run a lot. You got to use those pretty much every game. Most of the wingers get substituted for every team, not just Chelsea, because they run quite a lot at high speeds up and down. So,
and no player was on a hat trick, and the manager ruined it.
No, exactly. So, yeah, look, it's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest.
All right, Tobeho, let's say your man of the match and why. And if you're in the chat, who was your man of the match and why?
For me, my man of the match is so hard to say who's man of the match, because I think all the players were fantastic from minute 1 until the end. But again, if I can give a shout out to one, I will say Cucurella deserved it because he was fantastic. But also Moses Caicedo, for me, he was fantastic. And I will say Estevao as well. So I would choose between those 3 for me personally. But again, it's so hard because all the players were fantastic, Coachella.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody, all the players on the pitch on the day did very well. Barcelona underestimated us. Let's just move on to Arsenal. We needed to create momentum. Flick played into our hands. 0 low block for first half hour, perhaps a whole game. He doesn't know how to play differently, and it just seems as if Chelsea fans knew. They were telling them, "Okay, bring that high line." And for how long? This would be that would be the first game. That game that was the first game they played and didn't score for like 1,000 years.
Yeah, 54 games. Yeah,
54 games in total they've played, and they've scored in all of them until they met Chelsea. Yeah. So Dante, I'll come to you in a bit with another question. Go ahead.
And also another thing, right? I remember after before the Champions League draw, they asked Chelsea players, which team do you want? Most of them said Barcelona.
They all said Barcelona. Yeah.
The majority of them said Barcelona. Yeah. Actually, Yamal can do opposite thing. Instead of shooting, maybe against big clubs he will force to score a goal. But here's the thing: I know he can do other things. He has good vision too. He's a good creator too. But the thing is that you can stop him from scoring because mainly Dante, correct me if I'm wrong. His main thing almost always cutting back into the central area, find a space and shooting with his left foot, and the majority
Yeah.
of the times aims for the next bar.
Pretty much, yeah. That's most of his goals, yes.
So
And
to
that's
an
why I
extent,
said
he's
he needs to.
predictable.
Yeah, he needs to. He's already, a very good player, accomplished, young, one of the youngest ever. Just needs to improve. If it was one thing to improve, he needs to improve that right foot a lot more and not be. We say predictable. I mean, you're predictable when you play against a team like Chelsea that defends with everyone, and you've got a Cucurella there. And he knows him inside out. Yes, that becomes more predictable if a player knows you that well. You can become more predictable. You know what he's going to do. When I trained with a player, and if I trained with him for 6 months, I pretty much know all his moves, what he's going to do. And if he's working on a new move, well, I know that as well. So it makes a big difference. That helps a lot as well. But saying that, Cucurella shuts down pretty much everyone anyway, because he is that good. He's the number one left back in the world, in my opinion. So yeah, look, he needs to improve that part. Yamal, we don't. Other teams may respect him a bit more. And in Spain, there's more space. It's slower. He's got more time to do things. Put him in the Premier League, and that would change quite a lot. I don't think he will do anywhere as good as in the Premier League as he does in Spain, to be honest.
Yeah, he waits on the referees to give him calls and hits the deck easily. I think the lack of physicality, you could argue, will limit his reach to a considerable measure, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not strong.
Except
look,
if that changes, but he's still
18,
very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's not strong. He's very weak. You can push him off the ball quite easily, as you saw Cucurella, and Cucurella knows that, and that's all it takes. And not just Cucurella. If you watch the game, anyone that came close to him and De Jong especially, that was definitely a plan by Maresca. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, any player on the field when they were close to them, they gave him a shove straight after.
And in most cases, he just hits the deck.
Yeah, to unsettle them, and it gets in their head. And that was a plan by Maresca, 100%. Told the players to do that. He knows that. Cucurella knows a lot of these players as well, obviously, with the Spanish. You really unsettled them. They kept complaining to the referee, De Jong, Yamal. But if watch it again closely, after every single, not even a tackle, nothing, they would shove him in the back after the referee turned away. It was the plan to unsettle them and to, get under their skin, and it worked perfectly.
Yeah. Dante, as a former striker myself, I don't need to run a lot. I look at Giroud, for example, he didn't need it to run a lot. Again, everything comes down to the manager you play under. And Weira says that the 4 games after Arsenal will be a bigger test of what we want to do with our season. Let's not get too big headed. I'm enjoying this. If you have every right to see it as me getting big headed or other fans getting big headed, but dang it, man, that was a statement win. Just move on to Arsenal, and we're not moving again. We're not. I get your point. Avoid a loss, and then we can assess progress. Right now, we've made a lot of progress. Nobody gave us a chance. And it looks like the game against Arsenal, nobody, you can say some people are changing their prediction for that game, given how well we played against Barcelona. Some aren't saying much right now because probably they're concerned. And hopefully we play as well as we played against Barcelona, against Arsenal. I think if we do, we'll get a good result. Let's see. Yeah, I did see that. Apologies that I didn't read your comment correctly, but yeah, I questioned why Gittins wasn't brought on earlier. The game was over in 16 minutes. I'm just saying 15 minutes left in the game means nothing for wingers. I mean, he nearly got an assist.
Look, 15, 20 minutes basically with the extra time. I mean, that's plenty, 20 minutes.
So he nearly got an assist, but apologies for not reading your comment correctly. Tabeho, anything you want to come in?
Yeah, I remember I saw this other comment talking about Malo Gusto and Rhys James. I think the way they play tactically is so confusing for the opposite side because they interchange that position. Sometimes it is James playing as a right back, sometimes it's a DM. Malukusa sometimes is a right back, sometimes it's a 10, sometimes it's a right winger. I think Enzo Maresca tactically is so good. So hopefully we can continue like this.
You could argue that's probably one of the reasons why the Barcelona players were confused. That the way our players were switching places, because you can't. Yeah, I agree with you. You can't say for certain that Reece James played mainly in the midfield. Augusto was just a right back. Listen, that we've seen how fluid our approach can be. That it has led to us calling the 4-2-3-1 structure the starting structure, because yeah, the application actually very unorthodox in my opinion, or to a considerable measure unorthodox. With such praise I hear for Gusto, would you say no to him being a bench for Arsenal? Here's the thing. If, Let me finish reading what you have there. Gusto hasn't shown consistency in performances. That's my issue. I think I'm not sure how else to put this. I think a lot of people have failed to understand how the manager utilizes him. When you see him in front, he's not there mainly to create chances or mainly to shoot. The primary reason why he inverts mainly is to overload areas, complete triangles, and make it easier for us to circulate the ball and ensure, again, more importantly, ensure that we have numerical advantage over the opposition at any given time. He does that, and he does that perfectly. And you're actually complaining now that he's actually improved in fulfilling that role. He scored his first goal and could have scored one against Burnley. Yeah. So for me, I think it's down to lack of understanding to why the manager utilizes him the way he did, the way he does, so to speak. For the manager, I don't think, again, he probably knew before he scored his first goal that eventually he would start scoring. And he look on that day that he scored his first goal, he had two opportunities, chances to head in the ball into the back of the net, missed one, got the second one right, and against Burnley nearly scored one too. So eventually he will mature into he's matured into it, but he become better at fulfilling that role. I don't know, Dante. Let's hear you.
Yeah, look, he was man of the match and a couple of assists for France as well in between that as well. So that as well. He played very well against Liverpool when we beat Liverpool as well. Look, he's not suited for every game, and that's why Maresca doesn't play him a lot when we play, mostly against the low blocks and that. He doesn't play as much because he's not really needed, because then you need a bit more attacking now. So he plays more the more important games, the games that he needs more running. He's a workhorse. He's everywhere. He runs everywhere. He shuts down. He break up when say we lose the ball. Well, he's one of the first ones to get back in position or to press that player, so make sure they don't counterattack us quick. So he's very important for Maresca what he does. Like you said, he's DM, right back, sometimes right centre back if he's covering for James. You even see him in the right centre back role, right wing. In the 10, false 10. He's there to break up play, unsettle, overload, and confuse, and basically work very hard and really outwork his opponents as well, because he does that. And he wouldn't have come off that at halftime if he didn't have the yellow, but also he got a knock. He said after he got bruising, so he wouldn't have probably come off. He would have stayed on. He wouldn't have got substituted off. Probably a bit later, Andre Santos would have come on anyway, but not at halftime. So look, he's very, very key, important player for these type of games, the more important games, not really the low blocks, these type of games.
I think it'd be accurate to say he's one of Maresca's most important players.
In games like this, yes. in the bigger games and the teams that mid to high block, yes, definitely. He's very important. The way he wants to play, he wants to set up, is very important. And we saw that against PSG, against Liverpool, against Tottenham, against the big teams. He does that very well. Yeah, he's inconsistent because he doesn't play all the time. And then when he sometimes plays because of rotation against some of the teams that doesn't really suit his play, he doesn't stand out because he doesn't score or assist, so he doesn't stand out. But he's improving with that. Like I said, he's nearly scored again, then a couple of assists for France, got man of the match. He's improving that as well. And let's not forget, people forget he's still very young as well. He's still a kid, basically. So, he's improving and he's only going to get better as well. So, yeah, look, I'm definitely think he'll add that later on to his game. But for now, he does exactly what Maresca wants of him. Exactly perfectly.
Yeah, to be honest, let's say Arsenal second place FC, they let Partey Partey to I don't, again, he's not been found guilty. I think the case is still in court. I'm not into, you could say, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, you could argue had it not been the fact that they let Xhaka go, even Partey, Xhaka, when they let him go, chances are they could have won the league the following season. We stopped Barcelona from scoring. Let's be honest, Flick gift wrapped the win for us, only responding to the red card omission of. I don't agree. I disagree. You have every right to see it that way, Wira. But for me, no. Even the average football fan knew before that game that Flick doesn't know how to be pragmatic, even to the minute detail. All the same way, the same highline, the same approach, nothing. It doesn't know how to play differently. Which, listen, here's the thing, but you have every right to see it the way you feel like he's right. But I disagree. And he says he cannot take the win seriously. Flick seems to ensure unity in team play in their home games in general. They look disjointed against us because we made them look disjointed. We forced them. We knew exactly how they were going to play. We were prepared for that. Didn't give them the space to do that. We knew they were going to struggle if we, you could say, applied ourselves on the day in a physical manner. It unsettled them. They were waiting for the referee to give them calls unnecessarily. And the referee, could credit to him, he didn't do that. Hands up if you saw a clean sheet before the game. I didn't. I thought we were going to concede. I thought actually it was going to be goals galore, but would come out on top. Yeah. But let's hear you, Tabel. What anything you want to add to that?
No, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good.
Okay. I'm going to be paying attention. Probably Dante will doze off before you know it. What about Gallagher? He runs all the time. I don't want to talk about Gallagher right now. Leave me alone. We have arguably the best of fullbacks in world football. I think I'd say yes, I agree. And even Hato is in that category. But yeah, let him find his feet first. Let's see. Imagine if Sunderland qualify for the Champions League with Xhaka in the midfield. I mean, it's a possibility, but I think eventually they will fall off of that top. Are they still in the top 4 right now? They are, right?
No, don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're not. No.
Yeah, the amount of disallowed goals is crazy.
They're 7th, coach.
They're 7th now. Okay, that's how tight things were before that game. Yeah, let's see. The amount of disallowed goals. Yeah, I think the one that it was. They said again, the ball touched Fofana's hand. I think that one. I don't know why it was disallowed actually, but yeah, that's my opinion anyway. My issue with Gusto starting, why can't we level the same praise we do for Cucurella at him. And did I just hear Gusto appearing in midfield is a positive, cooked up by Maresca? To me, you have every right to see it differently. All
Is he a
right.
Chelsea fan?
Go
Sorry, is
ahead.
Guerrero a Chelsea fan? I'm not sure actually anymore
He
if
is.
he's a Chelsea
That's
fan.
just how he speaks. But I like such contributions because it leads to me explaining. When I cannot, I'll let you go with your opinion. Because if I say I can't change your mind, I'll just let you go with your opinion. If Chelsea didn't have disallowed goals, it would have been 6-0. But one at least shouldn't have been disallowed, in my opinion. Dante, what do you think? The handball one on Fofana.
No, I think it was a good call from the ref.
You think? Okay.
Yeah, look, by the letter of the law, that's a handball. You can't. His hand was out wide. You can't control the ball with your hand, and that's what he did. The ref saw it straight away. Credit him. Like you said, he had a pretty good game. The referee, so he saw it straight away, blew the whistle, no problem. Yeah, I think by the letter of the law, you can't do that. So that's it. Yeah, it's a handball. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but he did control the ball with his hand.
What's up with the proximity thing?
Yeah.
Go on, Tobago.
Yeah, I think the issue with that one was his hand was actually moving, so that's why the ref gave it a handball.
Yeah,
So
but
maybe
it's a clear handball by the letter of the law. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but I think the one that Chalaba was offside and Enzo scored, I think that was should have stood because Chalaba didn't touch the ball at all, and sometimes they in the Premier League they kind of give these goals a lot in the Premier League. So in the Champions League it's different. That's why sometimes it's annoying.
Yeah, they officiated a little bit different in the Champions League, those type of calls, 100%. In the Premier League, that might have actually been a goal, yeah. So, look, it's a 50-50. You can look at it either way. You can look at it either way. I mean, is Chalobah going for the ball? He did make a move towards the ball, but then he put his head down and got out of the way. But is that enough to in the keeper's line? And if you look from behind the goal, it isn't.
No, it's not enough.
Yeah, but it's in the keeper's line, and that puts the keeper off. He's looking and moving towards Chalobah to that side of the goal. So it is affecting goalkeeper a little bit. But in the Premier League, they tend to let those go most of the time. So, but in Europe, never. No, they never let those goes in Europe. They're always given as, they adjudicate that a little bit different. They're a bit more tough on that. And like I said, you can look at it that way or that way. It's a 50-50, those ones.
But man, yeah, I think it would have been, my goodness, they looked like SHITS. They didn't look the same Barcelona. And remember during the match lineup prediction exercise, we did talk about how it was it against Club Brugge 3-3 draw?
Yeah.
We did talk about how if we scored force against them, they're not going to get a chance to equalize that way.
Not as easy like against Club Brugge. They did go 2-1 down against Bruges as well, and then they came back. But yeah, look, we're not Club Brugge. And I like I said, coming to England and those grounds, it's pretty difficult most of the time for the Spanish teams, Italian teams. A lot of these, they don't like those type of grounds playing at those. It's very different from what they're used to, and they tend to struggle. I mean, Barcelona's only, I think they've won once only. The rest were all losses in England, basically. So, yeah, they don't really. Teams don't do well in those pitches. It's just because it's a very close environment. The crowd is basically on the pitch. It's much louder and a little bit small, not much smaller, but a couple of meters smaller, if I remember, which makes a difference. But the atmosphere, the players close to the crowd, really close to the pitch, it makes it look really small and condensed. It adds a lot of pressure and atmosphere. And the crowd, again, very good. The crowd were very brilliant. They were very loud during the game. On UCL nights, the crowds are always pretty much very, very good. A lot of the normal season ticket holders that have tickets, the bigger ones, they don't go to those games because they cost a lot more and they don't pay the money to go to those games. So you have a lot more of a different type of crowd for UCL games most of the time, and that's why it's much louder, better atmosphere. It's always in Champions League. It's way better than actually a league game.
My word,
Stefan
I
Bridge.
must say, go ahead, Tebel. But before you go ahead, Tebel, their defensive line, their defensive line is
SHIT.
absolute horse dung. In all honesty, even before that game, I knew that was the case. But go ahead, Tebel.
Yeah, before that, I saw the lineup and I saw Garcia was pairing with who's De Jong. I said, oh, there's no way they're going to bully us. But overall, I wanted to say this: Stefan Bridge under the light. There's no way you're going to beat us. Check our record. Chelsea, when they play night games, I think we won all our games at night. So I saw that also. I said there's no way Barcelona are going to beat us.
I mean, I get your point. Yeah, early kickoffs. I like to hear that Dante talk.
Yeah, look, night's always better. Look, it's just a better atmosphere. The crowd's usually more into it as well because it is night. You know, they've had dinner, they had a few drinks. It's a bit different. So the atmosphere is always going to be much, much better usually at night. Like I said, Champions League to league games, there is a difference. There's quite a bit of big difference because usually a lot of the old season ticket holders, they don't go. They only got season tickets for the for the league games. They don't have that for the Champions League. You have to buy tickets for that, and they're way more expensive. So they don't go to those games. So it's a lot more younger crowd, more boisterous crowd, and that makes for a better atmosphere as well.
Yeah, and quickly, I was so proud that when Maresca subbed on Josh and George, he has so much belief. He does. Because you could argue, but our situation has led to them not, you could say, getting so much. You could say not a lot of minutes of late. In Josh's case, I know people are unhappy that he hasn't been playing, but we've kept how many clean sheets right now? Uh, and that doesn't mean he shouldn't play, but there's a reason why he hadn't played before that game against Barcelona when he came off the bench. But that's quickly, what a cameo by Andreas Santos.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Look,
think he helped to stabilize things. And one thing I like about him, he does know how to keep it simple. He has good vision too. You can say he has good enough vision, and wow, I think that was a good cameo from him. Let's hear you.
yeah, great cameo. Look, it was set up perfectly for him. Basically, they went to 10 to man, and Maresca put him there for a reason to shore up that midfield, having another extra midfielder to control the ball, possession, and that's exactly what he did. He won the ball. Then when Estevao scored, he won the ball. He got in and won the ball, a tackle as well. So yeah, look, perfect move from Maresca. I saw Tobago, and I agree with Tobago. He said he's tweeted at the time he should Gusto's should come off for Santos in the midfield, and I agreed. I'm like, yeah, 100%, I agreed. Because I saw that he was injured a bit, Gusto. I thought he might be coming off. Because as soon as the halftime whistle went, you saw Maresca point to Santos and I can't remember. Go get out there, go. You need to go because you're coming on at halftime. You're coming on, and in the halftime thing, he was talking to him in the middle of the field and giving him instructions. So I kind of knew he's coming on. Gusto's not going to come, and yeah, he got hit in the leg right at the end. There, had the bruising, so he wasn't going to come back on. But yeah, look, Santos is gonna, like I kept saying from the start of the season, quality player. Give him time, let him settle. He's gonna get game time slowly as the season goes, and he's gonna get better in that role. And Maresca, again, give him credit. He's managed him perfectly, slowly brought him in, not much pressure. And that's what you got to do with these players. And you put him, especially yesterday, you bring him on in a position to succeed. It's perfect. So young player like that, that's what you want to do. So, and he took his chance and played very well again. So the future's bright, 100%.
Yeah, you can say Koundé's perceived struggles at Barcelona. I think that could be down to the manager's approach. He's a good player, and that's why, again, always almost gets a call up for French national team assignment. That was clear handball, no issues there. Okay. Let's see. Appreciating Gusto appearing in DM. He doesn't play as a DM. That's not what the case is, but he appears there. You used the correct term. Let me not misquote you. Why did we need to do that while James was already there? Chances are, here's the thing. Maybe you need to rewatch. You need to rewatch games and see what he does on the pitch. I think the lack of understanding of why the manager utilizes him the way he does is the reason why you're questioning what he does there. Yeah, and see how they rotate positions. He's critical to the way the manager approaches the game. And let me try and explain it the way I see it. His job is to pop up in places whenever we on and off the ball. Actually, if we have the ball, he pops up, completes the triangle, ensure we have a numerical advantage over the opponent at any given time. And then in terms of a defensive aspect of the thing, he helps unsettle, like you say, break up plays in the midfield area or whatever side the ball is on. It's like I'm always there. I'm not sure how else to explain it, but you see it the way you want to see it. And I'm not sure how I'm going to explain it to you for you to maybe see it differently, given your responses. You don't want that to be happening. But I'm saying it's down to you, not necessarily not down to you not understanding how he applies himself and why the manager utilizes him that way. I get it. He was taking off. Let me make this clear. I think, in my opinion, he was taking off because he was on the yellow. And because of his role, had he stayed on, chances are he'd get a second yellow.
He got injured, coach. He got injured.
He got injured too. But again, if he stayed on with a yellow, it'd be easier for him to get a second yellow. You know how he applies himself. And his role will be useless.
He still would have stayed on for another 15, 20 minutes if that was... Yeah, he would have come off anyway.
As effective because he was on a yellow.
No, but it was Maresca. It was the bruising, his leg. That's why he came off. He wouldn't come off otherwise.
But you get my point where I said, if he, again, had he stayed on, again, that's a high chance he gets a second yellow. And he'd be, if he applies himself in a manner to ensure, another way to ensure he doesn't get a second yellow, he'd be less effective.
Yeah. Look, I think he would have been fine with 10 men. Barca, he knows he wouldn't have gone in any challenge. That would have, it wouldn't have happened that way.
Honestly, I
understand what you're saying.
I would take him off. I thought actually he was taken off because of the yellow, because he was on the yellow. I didn't know he had a bruise. But that's fine. I'm glad he was taken off. Honestly, Real Madrid got lucky when they beat Chelsea during the 21-22 season. Yeah, I remember that. Can we keep the topics aligned? So yeah, it's not easy. All this positive Augusto with what he adds to our team. He's here, he's there, okay, everywhere. I pray I won't hear pleas and cries for another right back in the summer. You're not going to hear that because he's able. Haven't you seen games where he's switched from inverting to applying himself in a traditional manner as a right back? It has happened 1,000 times. I'm not concerned. But you have every right to see it the way you said. The average manager will take off an attacker to shore up the defense, especially if they are not in the comfort of a home ground. Okay. Let's see. Wait, you highlight Gusto being here and there as a positive, but you don't want to. Why would I talk about Gallagher? What's his relevance to the game? Yeah. And before Gallagher left, actually, I was one of those that say he can stay, but he's pretty much going to be a squad player, and he can actually do a job for us off the ball. More importantly, and he knows how. If he learns how to keep it as simple as possible, he'll be, you can say, a good squad player for us. Yeah. So no disrespect there. Now you're accusing me. All right, listen, I'm going to skip a few comments here to catch up with what we have so we can get back to discussing other items here. And let's see. Yes, that yellow was the major reason for Gusto. Barca would have tried to get him off. Hence, a very smart decision. I see that was what I thought led to him being taken off, because the way he applies himself, I was actually concerned he was going to get a second yellow and be sent off. They didn't look like the same. They didn't. Just like what I said. That's because we made them not to look like the same Barcelona.
And Hansi Flick said that in his comments after.
Yeah. It didn't just happen. They didn't just... Go ahead, what you were saying, Dante.
Yeah, Hansi Flick made that exact point. He said his players, he would want their players. He looks up to Chelsea to play the way they did the way they did 1-on-1 and how they played. He wants his players to be like that.
That was the exact words he used.
Yeah, so look, he looked up to Maresca and to Chelsea. It wasn't, that, he said they were basically they were much better. Simple as that.
You think maybe they traveled like 10,000 miles to England and then jet lagged? No. We were better prepared, more tactically ready than they were. The players weren't able to deal with the physical aspect of the game that we knew would unsettle them.
Yeah, and the pressure and the speed, of course, yeah.
Persistent
100%.
pressure. We didn't just pressure them and take off our foot off the pedal. Look, you see, and here's one thing about football. They had an opportunity to score in the first few minutes into the game, and had they scored, chances are, you would the game. What the most we could have gotten from that game would have been a draw.
They wouldn't have changed their approach.
Chances are, not certainly.
They wouldn't have changed their approach. They would have still played the same. So I don't think.
No, but I'm just saying, but we'd risk a lot more to go get a goal.
Yeah, I don't know. That early in the game, probably not, coach.
It was the first minute. Hindsight right now, but you get the point right now, because a goal makes a difference.
It does. If that was Arsenal, maybe, but it's Barcelona. Doesn't matter. They still play the same. You saw even when they went 10 men played the same. Doesn't matter. They still play the same high line. It doesn't matter. They go up, they go down. They still play the same. So I don't think
they don't play differently. Difference. Yeah, Jay says yes. That yellow was a major reason. I think we've addressed that one, but Dante doesn't think. Dante think it's because he was he had a bruise. But I think
didn't you see, guys? Lewandowski went right before the halftime whistle. He went for the challenge, and he went down holding his and basically signaled to the bench that. And then Maresca quickly turned to Santos and said, "Yeah, go warm up right now."
Go ahead, Dante. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I said what I said. So he got injured, turned to the bench, and then Maresca told Santos to get out there now quickly and warm up because he's going to come on, because Gusto was saying, like wagging his finger. So Gusto was holding his leg at the time, so he got injured. Yeah, so he got injured. He got hit pretty hard on his leg. So that's the reason he came off. I don't think he would have come off at halftime otherwise. He would have.
Okay, but let me ask you this: we're just having a conversation here. So if you were the manager, given the way he plays, I get it. He's technically gifted and good on the ball, but he can be very aggressive. I think he would have been useless with the yellow if he plays in a manner. If he tries to avoid a second yellow, I think it'd be useless given what we understand with regards to his role.
No, a manager won't take a player off at halftime just because he's on a yellow. That doesn't really happen, coach. He'll come off after, especially against 10 men. And the type of player Gusto is, I know you say he's that, but he's a hard worker, runs around, he covers ground. No, I don't think you take him off for that reason. I don't think that's, my personal opinion, no. And from what Maresca said, I don't think that's it either. So, no, I don't think you take him off, especially in that context, in that situation.
All right. Tabitha, how about you? Yeah, I understand. But, that's why we're here. Okay. But, Tabitha, what do you think?
like you've seen Gusto get yellows in the first 2 minutes and then he's played no problem. You've seen Caicedo get yellows in the first 10 minutes and play. No, it's not.
But Gusto isn't as experienced as those guys. I'm just saying, I that's just how I see it.
But how much risk does Caicedo take, for example, in tackles? A lot of risks. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tabel.
Yeah, my reasoning that I wanted Enzo Maresca to take off Malo Gusto was because of the yellow card. So I was not aware of the injury situation. Yes, so I was worried about he might get a second yellow card. That means it's a red card, and then will be 10 versus 10. So I didn't want us to give Barcelona any advantage. So that's why I said Malo Gusto should get out, and we put in Andre Santos.
All right, let's see.
Oh, coach having trouble with the kids again.
Go, just go.
Well, they're probably yelling in the background. Yeah, look, yeah, I know what you said, Tebeg. I agreed with you, yeah, to bring him on, but that's because I agreed because I saw what Gusto was saying, and Maresca turned around quickly to Santos, said, "Go quickly, go warm up right now," because he's Gusto was sort of wagging his finger. So, and then after the game, yeah, he's got a massive big bruise on his he hit you in that spot exactly when there's no shin pad, from the knee to down to the shin pad. Yeah, he hit him right there on Lewandowski's knee. Hit him right there. He's got a massive bruise on there. So it'll be interesting to see. He might not even make if it's really bad and gets worse. He might not even play against Arsenal because of that.
I hope it's not bad.
Look, it's a bruising, but when the bruises are really big in that situation, they get worse the next day. You won't be able to train, but the players have got 48 hours off anyway, I think. So 2 days, 3 days pushing it, because if it's a massive bruise like that, it's going to really affect you running. It's going to really hurt, and that's a spot where it really hurts, where you're sort of underneath your knee all the way down to your shin. That's going to really affect your running, and you're just going to feel very sore. So it'll be interesting to see if he plays or not, but I think he might be a doubt because of that, to be honest.
Yeah, the more Santos plays, the more he will prove himself. I think he's proven himself already. But yeah, he did really well when he came on. And in the last game that he played, did he play 90 minutes? He was brilliant, actually. But Gallagher didn't want to be a squad player. That's the reason why Chelsea sold him. He wanted to play week in, week out, and he's playing week in, week out.
Yeah, right.
Barcelona 2025 is not the Barcelona 2015.
It's the salary that he wanted more than anything, I think, to be honest. He's got a massive salary there, and he doesn't play week in, week out. He hardly plays. He's on the bench pretty much every time.
Yeah, and also another thing. Remember the time Enzo Maresca was about to be announced as a Chelsea coach? What did you say about Conor Gallagher? There's no way Conor Gallagher will play a lot of minutes under Enzo Maresca, because it's not the type of Enzo Maresca player. Just like there is James.
No, he's not.
And
he lacks some important aspect. Yeah.
Yes, and they also talked about Ben Chilwell. There's no way he will fit under Enzo Maresca. So I think maybe this one.
New players that were going to struggle.
And Disasi, we said, and Sterling, we said pretty much. I think Sterling's going to trust. And yeah, look, Maresca came in, said, no, that's it. And
in Sterling's case, it wasn't down to his, you could say, abilities. It was down to his form.
No, the way he approached the game and how he plays the game, coach, on the field.
Okay.
Maresca doesn't want that type of player.
Yeah.
That's
all right. Let me catch up a bit here. Let's say big up to you too, Mike and Liam. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. And PTSD companion for me is seeing lads cancelled out at home. Sunderland game. Let's calm down on calling this win progress. You wouldn't say the bridge is a fortress yet, right? Here's the thing. We have issues, but the signs are good. I refuse to not appreciate the progress we've made so far, because of the fear of you can say because of PTSD, or maybe the fear of things, you could say, not staying consistent, or result not staying consistent. Um, Look, we have a very young squad, but we've actually matured beyond my expectations. We've learned to manage games. We've learned, you can say, we've matured to a measure that even if we concede first, we usually fight back. We don't fear teams. I get it, Charity FC may well still be well and truly in existence, but the signs are good. I refuse to not appreciate the progress we've made, irrespective of what happens against Arsenal. I still back the manager, knowing that he's an excellent tactician. If we lose against Arsenal, I don't think it'd be because of bad tactics or anything, which I don't think we'll lose against them. But we'll look at numbers so that, yeah, I will tell you what the most likely outcome will be when I look at the numbers, team form, goals, and everything. But yeah, I get it. Let's see. May we enter 26 with power? I agree. Thank you for saying that, Mike and Neil. Up to Charles 2032. 4. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. Crazy stat. This was the very first time for Hansi Flick's Barca when they failed to score in the UEFA Champions League match. This came after 50 plus matches, and mad salute to both Maresca and Flick. Yeah, and the mad salute to our players for implementing the manager's tactical plan to a T, and it worked. Enzo Fernandez was offside so many times. Andreas Santos is coming for his food. Nope. No. That's just serious. I don't know if it'd be right to call it miscalculation. We've talked about that before. They are not the same, but the manager can use them in the same role. But Enzo Fernandez has better vision, much better vision than Andreas Santos. Andreas Santos can get a lot done from a defensive side of things, but also can do also a good stuff close to the final third. But they're not the same. We're keeping both. It's something if one of the two players asks to leave. I don't know, Dante, you have anything to add to that?
Well, yeah, look, Enzo Fernandez scored a goal where he wasn't offside, and he set up the other one when he wasn't offside, stayed onside. So him staying offside at the times is not true. He was offside a couple of times only, and the other two was an assist and a goal. So I take that every week if that's the case. So that's not an issue for me at all. Yeah, look, everyone can coexist. They're very different players. They're not the same at all. So they've got different roles. And Santos can become an Enzo type of player in a couple of years, maybe 3-4 years when he reaches the same age, and he can become very similar to do all that running and be that type of player. He can play the DM role very well. He's versatile, Santos, at the moment. So it's a great problem to have. But yeah, they're all going to coexist together. That's not a problem.
Yeah, Mabas here saying Chelsea have activated Mike Mayer, Operation Mike Mayer. I did see something to that effect. But didn't read it through. Suggesting that we've rekindled talks with Mike Mayer's camp. He'd be a good signing. Experience brings leadership. I think that will go a long way.
He's
Let's
not
see
signing.
how Sanchez handles that.
How's he going to sign? He's not coming here to be a backup, and we're not. You seriously start? You will lose You will lose Sanchez straight away if he comes in January. It's not happening. I don't see that happening.
Do you see Maresca benching Sanchez for him? I don't see that happening. I think Maresca likes Sanchez and he's improved.
Then why would Mike Maignan come to Chelsea?
That's another question. But if he comes, I don't see Maresca benching Sanchez for him, because I think he
exactly
in terms of high claim is much better suited for Premier League. Mike Maignan, I don't know about how well he does in terms of high claims.
Not that good, coach. He's not that type of player. He's very different. Yeah, he's a ball playing keeper. Very good. One of the best ball playing keepers in the world. Very good at that. Doesn't have the reach or the quick reflexes of Sanchez. No, definitely not. No.
Yeah, let's see Flick overrated. I wouldn't say that. I think if he can, you can say mix it up a bit, be a little bit more pragmatic. I think he cooks season in, season out. Honestly, Bayern and Arsenal won't be so forgiven. Okay, then if we play them now and play so well that that they end up losing, I think people will also find a way to downplay that win and find, you could say, mention another team that are not going to be as forgiven as Arsenal or Bayern. Okay, you're just a YouTube content creator, director, and a fan at all the time. Okay, keep coming. You're not able to share links right now because and I think you're following the show on another platform, not YouTube, because I'm not able to see your comments here.
Yeah, he's on X, coach. He's on X. Yep.
On X, okay. Let's see. Gallagher isn't good technically. I mean, yeah, it's not his thing. He's not the most. I think I'd rather say he's not the most technically gifted player. But his industry managers appreciate that a lot. But even his industry isn't getting him game time at Atletico Madrid. Additionally, we wanted to kill Barca already limited ball progression through the center and half spaces. So Santos sub was the final nail. I think I agree. He
Yep.
did really, really well. Also, Chalobah almost being sold, but thank God he stayed. Okay, I'm not sure whether to agree or disagree with that one, but I'm just glad we kept him. A question: why, in your eyes, didn't we deploy James Caicedo pivot in this game?
Mhm.
James in the pivot for home games looks smart, but isn't deployed because, in my opinion, Gusto cannot be trusted. Okay, that's how I'll let you respond to this one.
Oh God, Wira, seriously. Okay, that was the case. He was playing in that pivot in this game, and they rotated a few times, but most of the time James and Caicedo was the pivot in this game. So uh,
Nobody is static in any position.
no, but that was the starting position. But like I said, the interchange with Gusto, they have a great balance there. Gusto can cover much quicker ground and recover much quicker than James. So yeah, James started a bit more on the right back, but then as the game went on, he was the one in the pivot. Like I said, he was in the midfield more than anything. So yeah, I mean, he was most of the time in that pivot, to be honest. So Gusto was running more back to the right back position. So yeah, they interchange sometimes though. So that's just technically how Maresca sets them up, and you can see him screaming from the sidelines when he wants them to swap and to move around. So it's all a game plan. It's definitely a game plan they're following. So I mean, you can say that, but he played a lot in the pivot in this game as well, James.
Yeah. Let me see. Where am I here? I'm not sure. I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry. Name three games where you saw Gusto carry out the role of a traditional right back. To me, he's been headless chicken in general. Okay, I'm not going to get into that debate with you.
We
You win if you want
we
to.
don't
Or
play
if
with we
yeah,
don't play with right
we used to
proper
play
right
with
back.
the
We
back
don't play
three.
that way.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah, Chelsea isn't a charity FC just like we were 4 years ago. On the Lampard and Tuchel, to a certain measure, we still are. If we look at factors, you can say that define charity FC, in my opinion. There was okay for drawing with Carabag. They're gone quiet now. A lot of people aren't saying a lot of stuff right now. Yeah, because they thought Barcelona was going to smoke us or mop the Stamford Bridge a rug with us. Anything else? Yeah, for me, I wouldn't take Mike Mayo at Chelsea on a free transfer summer 2026. You would, so to speak, relegate Sanchez to second place goalkeeper. Maresca isn't going to do that. Just like you
And
said. Thank you
Sanchez
for
won't
saying that.
stay.
Yeah,
He will
go ahead.
leave. Sanchez will leave. He won't stay as number two. I
Yeah,
can tell you that
but he
now.
does need competition. Here's the thing. The question is, if
Yeah.
Mayak comes, I don't think they guarantee him a starting place. So if he
That's the
comes
reason why
simply
he won't
because he
come.
agrees, he will be, you could say, rotating with Sanchez or competing with Sanchez.
Yeah, but that's so risky, coach. At the middle of the season, say say Sanchez keeps doing the way he's doing, and we're up there second still or around that area, why would you bring another keeper in? I mean, that does not really make much sense, to be honest. You're going to really stuff up the chemistry and upset Sanchez. And the Maignan got to learn how to play this system and this team and all his new teammates. It's not just a plug and play. It's not the same. Not in Maresca's system when the keeper is so important and plays, has so much of the ball. Yeah, no, I don't see that happening, to be honest.
Okay, Mr. Skills Shots think it should be Emi Martinez. I don't think it's for. Is he for sale right now? I don't know. I thought he was on the verge of leaving Aston Villa. What happened?
I think he stayed. He stayed there for now. He will leave at the end of the season, but I think he might leave on a free because of it.
Free agent?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, the centre back choice against Arsenal will be interesting. Will he start Chalobah for the third game in a row? I think he might, but I see Fofana starting that game too. Yeah. Let's see. What else? Yeah, let's go news hunting, and then after that, I think look at numbers. Maybe I think we have, but maybe look at certain things there. Dante, what would you like us to look at in terms of numbers?
Looks like sorry, Emi Martinez. I think he signed an extension. I just read it. I just quickly looked it up. He signed an extension. Yeah, wow, that's interesting. So he's staying there till 2029.
He played again. One of the games he played, we thought that was his last game for Aston Villa, and he was crying. I remember that.
Yeah. I think he was pretty much going to leave. The club were looking, to get some money in, and they needed to sell some players. So he was one that's on the list because he's quite old now as well. So, but yeah, it looks like he signed an extension 2009. That's pretty good for him, and he's on a pretty high salary too. So that's a good move for him.
Yeah, Mabas, just quickly, where did you see the Maignan story? Let's see. As I said yesterday, the Maignan ship has sailed for me. Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
let's see. Yeah. Line up here. Dante, you want us to look at anybody's number in particular?
No, not necessarily. No, I mean, everyone had a pretty, good game. James had the highest rating. I did see that. He was awarded that.
Even though he didn't finish the game.
Yeah, no, because he got an assist as well, but he didn't start the game very well, James. So he made two really bad passes that that created that chance that they should have scored. That was James's fault, that pass. And then another one, he tried to play a diagonal across, completely mishit it. It went to the opposite, and then they had another chance with Lamal's chance. So those two, yeah, he didn't start the game very well, James. But after that, very, very good. But he started a bit shaky, James, to be honest. Those two mistakes that nearly led to 2 goals.
I do hope Estevao isn't injured. What am I seeing here? You see that? Because there was a time he went down, and at some point he was limping, right? So Fatmob has the Red Cross by his name, which usually which is usually a sign that the player is injured. So the poll ends with
coach.
No, look at it.
Wait,
there was
the
a
Red
time
Cross
he went down, right?
I agree with that, but the Red Cross is just saying that is a sub. Those players were subbed off.
No, not Red Cross, not Red Arrow for substitution.
Yes,
but once you see a Red Cross injury, am I misinterpreting something here, Dante?
I don't know. I don't use that app, so I don't really know too
so
much.
So look at it. You see Arrow.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
But I think they are wrong. Because he went on. He played on.
Yes, he played on.
No,
yeah, that's the point.
He's not injured. No.
Yeah. So the poll, which asked the question, man of the match, who impressed you the most? 45% Marco Correa, 31% Estevão Willian, 24% Enzo Fernandez. Dante, that Estevão Willian goal. I just want to hear you talk about it your way.
Yeah, look, like I said, Santos won the ball. then passed it on. I think then James passed it through, if I remember correctly. Yeah, look, that's what he does. Close knit dribbling, inside, outside, inside again, head down. So the keeper didn't have no idea he's going to shoot, or he's putting it, across, pass or shooting. He didn't know, so that confuses a bit the keeper. So, and then he absolutely just decided to just basically go for power and just smash it into the goals. And I've seen him score. He scored once at the Club World Cup like that. I saw him score for a couple of goals like that. Exactly, he does that quite often. He's done that at Palmeiras. He scores those goals. He likes to go for that power up top, where pretty much no keeper's really saving that, to be honest. So that's one of his goals that he scores quite a lot of. He likes that, to shoot like that. So on his right. So yeah, they're perfect. That's what you want. You want to have left foot, right foot, and
Let's
confident.
zoom closer. I'm sure you watched
so
the
that
replay
that
of
makes
that goal.
you. We were talking about predictable, yes. So that makes you very unpredictable. You don't know.
Yeah, that's another point. His feet. He stepped on the feet of one of the Barcelona defenders, and I read that as being, you could say, deliberate, stopping him from, you could say, intercepting.
I don't know.
That did come across to me as deliberate. Because I watched it closer again, I analyzed it even more, but that's my opinion anyway. But let's hear you.
Look, he got a little bit lucky with that because the ball bobbled a bit, hit a little bit of the defender's heel, I think, and then he got through. But the intent was there to dribble that in, to dribble out, to dribble back in and back out, and then shoot is there. And that's something he can do. Left foot, right foot. That makes you very hard to defend. They're very unpredictable. If that was, say, Madueke, for example, last season, that is not happening. So shoot only with his left, basically. So yeah, look, we're talking about Yamal a little bit earlier. Yamal needs to get that in his game a little bit more, so he does become that predictable, and people are not gonna defend him like that. So yeah, Estevao's comfortable with problems, so that he stands out because of that, and it's very hard to defend. Cucurella said that at the end of the game. That makes, when they're talking about Estevao, that makes him very hard to defend. In training, he does it all the time. You don't know, left, right, you don't know what he's going to do. So that's what you want as an attacker. Edge over the defenders, and that's exactly what he did.
Honestly, I'd like you to look at it again, because I looked at it closely, and I thought he deliberately stepped on the feet of the Barca defender, which led to him, you could say, not having the opportunity or the chance to do much, to try to, you could say, intercept or stop him from scoring. But dang it, that was brilliant.
I think that's just coincidental, coach. I saw it, yeah, and the ball bobbled up a little bit, but I think that's just his quick feet. Just he's so good and so close control with his feet that he was trying to dribble in and out, and that's just that happens. Like I said, sometimes the ball will bobble up and go left or right, and he loses the ball. Sometimes you keep the control and you go through, but the intent is what is important there. That's what he wanted to do. A little bit lucky with that. That's because of the intent, and that's what he wanted to do. So yeah, I saw that little bit, stepped on the foot a little bit, and then the ball bobbled up. But he had the awareness and the quick thinking to then know that and smash the ball up in, because that enables for you to smash the ball really well. If it bobbles up a little bit, you're going to get power on it, and you're able to hit it high very much easier. So he's very quick technically and very quick. Sets him apart from everyone else, and that's why he's going to be very special going forward as he matures, and that's him only going to get better and better and better.
Yeah, he was excellent yesterday. So this from Daniel Stewart reads, let's be real, Barca were lucky, Chelsea were missing Cole Palmer, and a couple of goals were ruled out and still made Barcelona look average. That's the key point. We made them look average. It wasn't like they went up to it. I'm not sure, again, but people keep slipping on Chelsea, but when the lights are brightest, they turn into a different animal. Team, I just remixed that. Apologies. Daniel Sturridge, let's be real, I think it's the same thing. Did Vince repost it? Yeah. Duplicate there. Anything else? Alan Shearer. I've seen some offside traps in my life, but this is absolutely crazy. It really is. It's like a four idiots are standing there saying, "How do you want to do this, guys?" This is funny. What is he referencing? One of the goals? Sometimes it's hard to believe. I am speechless at how easily Chelsea have pushed forward and how recklessly they are playing at times. There's no clarity there, but I'm guessing he's referencing Barca's highlight.
I think so. Yeah.
It makes sense to assume that's the case. So after this news on, then we're gonna call it a day. What else do we have here? Anything serious? Okay, the project known as Blue Code, led by an American consortium featuring Todd Bowley and private equity firm Clear Lake Capital, has matured and now features young players capable of reaching world-class level. I think I saw one of what's his name, Fabrizio Romano's post asking the question, saying something to the effect of people not questioning what the Chelsea owners are doing right now. I don't think, but
Yeah, I
beyond that,
saw
I don't
that.
think you did see that, right?
Yes, I was watching one of his videos and he said something like that.
Yeah. Pat
He really
Nevin,
likes
it was
Chelsea and he likes the project, Fabrizio. He's really into it.
sorry, what did you say?
I said Fabrizio really likes Chelsea and he likes the project as well and what the owners are doing. He's
He
quite a
does
fan
like
of
the
it.
project, and you could argue plus the manager is his countryman too.
Yeah. But he's done that from the long time ago, from the start. He just got to, I think,
Nothing new,
just
right?
yeah. I think he likes that approach. He just liked that approach from the start. It's probably something he relates to, but he's always liked it, and he's had a soft spot for Chelsea since that's happened. He's really talked quite well about it. Now I don't know if that's someone putting stuff in his pockets for that, doing that, but I think it's quite genuine because he's always kind of talked nice about Chelsea. He's always liked Chelsea for some reason.
Now you're going Minaras level. This is his Pat Nevin says.
Hey,
You
look,
got that right.
you can't
It was a
discount that. It
complete.
happens all the time. Unfortunately, it just happens, and uh, American owners and that's something they like to exploit quite a lot. But that's not every club does it. Basically, it's not something just at Chelsea. So yeah, but I'm saying I think it's genuine from Fabrizio, because if you've followed him for a long time, it's genuine. It's not just because of that.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah.
You can say if you pay attention, you'd sense that genuity when he speaks about Chelsea. Pat Nevin says it was a complete performance from Chelsea because Barcelona had that good 10-15 minutes period. You thought, right, this is a very good team, but they were just blown away. Tactically, they lost as well. The intelligence of a lot of the Chelsea players is just growing and growing. It's a big step forward. I'd stick with, like I said, they're maturing. Intelligence maybe because you could categorize their experiences, things they've learned as part of, you could say, things they will bank in their reservoir of knowledge, which defines their footballing intelligence. So it does make sense. Let's see what else
And
we have here.
trust in Maresca and trust in the system, just like Wesley Fofana says. They have a lot of
because
respect.
if they don't trust the manager, I don't think you'd see such performances from them.
Exactly. And Wesley Fofana said after, I don't know if you can bring that up there after the game, he said, we trust, Maresca at the plan. He's one of the best technical coaches ever, had. So he goes, we trust everything Maresca, the plan that he made, and we follow it. We follow it to a T, and we know it well now. And yes, this is the type of performances you get when that happens.
Yeah. The mark of a world-class player is that they replicate their skills and art without any effort. Guess what? Esteva's goal was a duplicate of what he scored against us at Club World Cup. Yeah.
Yep.
And with his weaker foot too, right?
Yeah, look at Palmeiras' goals. You'll see he scored a lot of those goals exactly the same. He does that quite a lot. That's one of his goals from the right hand side. He just surprises basically defenders, goalkeepers with a shot with his right foot. And yeah, you need that in your game at the top level. That's what sets you apart from really good to like world class. So yeah, he does that a lot.
Yeah. Let's see. Casilla will take Bernardo Silva at Chelsea for squad depth. Okay, would he come? I don't think so. I wouldn't mind Stones, maybe. Mhm.
Papa,
Chelsea.
what is wrong with you?
Stop asking for old players. My goodness.
This guy.
Nah, mate. Fabrizio is a pure businessman, professional, and he has close relations with the Chelsea hierarchy. Okay. Yes, then the latter part, you could say, somehow justifies Dante's argument. The latter part of your comment, saying, and he has close relations with the hierarchy, to some measure justifies, yeah, his argument. Because, yeah, maybe what drives, you could say, defines that relationship is the fact that he's indeed deep down loves Chelsea. But we don't know. More importantly, he's a businessman. I think it's important to put that first before the latter part. Ben Chilwell, an interview. I think we're getting to where we see a few more. Dante, I hope I'm not holding you here. You're an adult, you know.
No, it's good. I thought I would be sleeping by now, but my tablets haven't worked, so I must be too excited for Chelsea, I guess.
All right. Nah, I don't know. Ben Chilwell, if you haven't read that, he's saying Strasbourg wasn't his first choice, but after conversations with the manager, he accepted and moved there. Heinz Flick on losing. Yeah, there you go. I think we're getting into, you say, the bread and butter here. Heinz Flick on, what's that one? On losing 3-0 to Chelsea. It's not easy against these fantastic team to come back with 10 players. We have to accept defeat, but I am also looking positively at the next game. Move on. And here, Maresca is making a strong case to be considered among the best of the rest. What does he have to do? In all honesty, logically, I did argue at the time that he deserves to win Manager of the Year. Why? Head to head, on a global stage, you could say on one of the biggest trophies in world football. Dante, you're following me right now. The Club World Cup.
Yeah.
He beat PSG. He beat Luis Enrique's PSG by 3 goals to nothing, and we could have scored 5 on the day. Actually, had the lab been a little bit lucky on the day. So logically, in my opinion, yeah, why didn't he win that? If you're telling me PSG won the league, we won the Conference League too.
Look,
I'm
yeah, I
sometimes
agree.
it baffles me how they you could say come to the conclusion on who wins what. But go ahead, Dante.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, PSG is a given to win their league, so I mean that's nothing
Go ahead. I'll be
really.
back just in a few seconds.
Yeah, PSG is a given to win their league. Basically, in that league, they've got all the power there. They got the money. They got the players. I mean, they're gonna win that league every year. Basically, every now and then they might lose it, but basically they've been winning for a very long time. Um, Champions League, that was their first Champions League win. So maybe because it's that first time they've got over the line finally. But I guess the next, if you're looking at it, the Club World Cup really was the next one, the pinnacle of that champion playing against. They got embarrassed, they got pretty beaten by us. Maresca, a lot of people were not expecting us to finish top four, and we finished fourth comfortably in the end. Clear fourth. So that was very well coached by him with a lot of new players. Won the Conference League. A lot of people said, yeah, we probably win it anyway. But when, semi-final, final came along, they said, nah, we're not beating Betis. There's no chance you're beating those guys. It's not happening. A lot of people said that. So he won that as well. So you're looking at, Champions League qualification. A lot of people didn't expect. Win the Conference League. Beat some big, those last, especially 10 games in the Premier League, how the teams we beat, that the top teams we beat them pretty much all there. A lot of the top teams, we beat Liverpool, Forest under big pressure games, those as well to finish the league. And then the Club World Cup, you can say that's very overachieving if you really look at it. So there is a strong case, yes, Maresca to win that award 100%. I just think, the sentimental that PSG won finally after all these years with all that money, blah, 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 with their owners, of course, because they got very prestigious owners. So that's why probably he won it. But there's a very good case. Maresca probably deserved it a little bit more, to be honest.
Yeah, Mabasa, I agree with you. All the players, you could say, majority of the cases, they're more experienced because they've had the opportunity to play a lot more games. That doesn't necessarily mean the older you are, the more experienced you are than younger players. But in most cases, that's the case. That's, you could say, one of the main reasons why people use age and experience interchangeably. Chilwell didn't want to sign for another Premier League club. In fact, no Premier League club teams. Okay, you just answered that there. Let's see. I'm not going to be reading everything. I want us to continue looking at the commentaries. There's some interesting stuff. Estevão, okay, I can't read that, but nice to see you, Moitaras. I appreciate you finding the time to join the conversation. Let's see what else do we have here. Leave me alone, Ty. Let's see what else we have here. Hansi Flick on losing. We've read that one. Maresca, again, we've read that one too. But Tebeho, let's hear your thoughts on Maresca not winning the manager of the year. For me, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. And I think he was nominated for 2 awards actually, and then he didn't win either of them. So I don't know, man. It's annoying, but again, we know uh, big teams like Barcelona, PSG, maybe because of the Champions League and the league, but again, we know the French league is famous league. PSG, we need all the time. So it's annoying. And Enzo Maresca had a hard season because we had a lot of unexperienced players. We achieved top four. We won the Club World Cup. We won the Conference League when we were favorites. So it's not easy. So at the end of the day, it's football, man. We always know that these guys don't like Chelsea. You can check from a lot of things from far behind, even Barcelona. How many times did we play against Barcelona and we lost because of the officials' mistakes? So at the end of the day, they have agenda against Chelsea. So hopefully that can change as soon as possible. But again, we know football politics.
Yeah, definitely, Tobago. Yeah, look, I think if you look at the overall, achievement, I think Maresca just, especially winning that Club World Cup against PSG, I think that tips it just to Maresca slightly, in my opinion. He should have won it
Head
because
to
of
head.
that.
In football,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
something called head to head. Yeah.
Yep. So, look, like we said, PSG winning the league, that's peanuts. There's no achievement there. That's just standard. So basically, they just got off for winning the Champions League, which is, not, it's not quite. I mean, it's a great achievement. Finally, they did it. But I mean, still, I think overall totality, the difficulty, what we went through the season and everything. If you look at a manager, especially a manager, people saying championship level manager coming in and what he did and what he won, and then beating PSG the way we did, that should have probably just. I think he should have deserved that a little bit more. Based on that premise and achievement, I think Maresca should have got that. Not because I'm being biased, I'm just saying it because that's how I feel we
You
should
can
be.
say, I mean, I think it'd be correct to say that politics wield, you could say, some measure of influence with regards to who wins that, and also sentiment and the manager's pedigree, a factor. Because you could say Maresca, he's just arrived on the biggest stage from the championship. You can say Luis Enrique known more than you can say more popular than Maresca and all that. I think that's a factor too. There is some measure of sentiment on how.
Yeah, but it's not a real surprise. That's what I mean. It's not really surprise. He was one of the favorites to win it, basically. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a real surprise, and it's only the Champions League, really, only that, basically. So look, don't get me wrong. If you're going to choose a team of the year, you choose PSG as the team of the year. But I think for the manager of the year, I think that should go to Maresca, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, given the project, the issues he had to deal with, overcome, and all that. But that's why Ty says the subjective competitions are not worth it. Maresca doesn't need a trophy to claim he is the best this year or not. I think it makes sense, and I agree with you. Longest time, I'm not sure. Google changed the way they display people's names. Uh, so that has led to me not recognizing a lot of people. I'm not sure who is who here. But nice to see you. I appreciate you finding time to join the conversation. And I do hope you are doing well. Estevao is the guy. And together with Hendrik, we have a great chance of winning the World Cup in 2026. Moitoras,
Yeah.
nice to see you. Thank you for joining the conversation. And here, Maresca will win Chelsea the league before Arsenal, and he will win the FIFA Manager of the Year before Cyril Butler Arteta. Wow. Okay, here Maresca has molded a squad that can cope without him. Him being Cole Palmer, and there's no clamor to rush Palmer back too soon or push him too hard when he is back. So he take the time or all the time he needs to recover, be fully fit and stay fit. More importantly, I think I'm happy. And had it not been the fact that we do have the luxury to actually play games without him and get good results, I think by now you could say he'd be playing with some pain because we just can't do without him. But that's not the case anymore. First, Cucurella second place, which is Arsenal's position. I'm not sure I understand that. Apologies for that. It is. Oh, there you go. I nearly got it because of the KOLY. Collington, nice to see you once again. Thank you for joining the conversation. I appreciate you. And you know the reason I wasn't able to recognize you were the one that said hello, coach, because Google changed the way it displays people's name. Estevão 5-star, excellent performance on the day. I do love the kid. A lot of people were saying, discussed how he'd be sent out on loan the moment he arrives. One of them being one of my friends in Calito, aka Ryan. Maresca is much better tactically than Arteta. Both were Pep Guardiola's assistant at Masterclass. Were they both? Really? Okay.
Not. They were both at Pep's assistant, but they were not at the same technical team. After Arteta left, and Maresca joined, but not at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's important to clarify that. Yeah, I agree. Let's see what else do we have here. Tactically, Maresca is showing that he is among the best and is very much at home, pitting his wits against the superstar managers in the Champions League and his first season coaching in Europe's top competition. I think is a gifted manager, really. It's not, again, as he will be the first to tell you that he's still learning, and I agree. He's not that experienced, but he's getting there. The more he leads us, again, he leads Chelsea, the more experience he garners. Maresca's handling of Estevao so far has been exemplary. Not thrown in too quickly, not held back too long. He was ready to shine against Barcelona because of the way the Chelsea head coach had prepared him for his big moment. Again, who else wants to come in? All right. Anybody? Any question? Anything you guys want us to talk about?
I don't like Matt Law, so I won't say anything.
No, don't like him either. Anyway, I'm gonna go, guys. I have to go. I'm getting sleepy now, so I'll chat to
Here's
you guys.
that Mike Mayon story. If you want to hear it before
Good
you go.
night. Good night.
But good night to you if you can't wait. It said Chelsea have reopened contact with Mike Mayer's representatives after learning that the Frenchman does not intend to extend his contract with AC Milan. Sacha Taviori, I don't know whether to trust him or not. But I think with that, we've come to the natural end of the show. Dante, I'm sure you heard and you've seen who's reporting the Mike Mayer story. Tebeho, anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm all good. Thanks for having me, Coach.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the conversation. Thank you. And apologies for postponing the show twice. Yeah, that was because something I took to Beho. I don't want to say it here, but everything is good. Nothing bad happened. So thank you. It's been an excellent conversation, and always nice to have Dante and Tebeho on the panel. Two people that I have good chemistry with. I appreciate that. Thank you to Mabas05 for joining the conversation. Thank you to Moitoras for joining the conversation. Collington also with a new name, Collie XI. Collie, that's 29. I think that's what it is. XIX is 29 in, what's it called again? Who else? All right, that's it. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and cheers.
Up the chairs.
Wake up, it's a blue morning show where the vibes are flowing, so fresh, so low. Everything's about Chelsea, feel like pride. We repping our teams standing side by side. Win or lose, we carry that blue. Cause Chelsea, see Chelsea, it's all true. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud, 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 no. All them a cheer, them a cheer. Cheer, 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 loud as the crowd. In the stands we jump and sway, feel the beat. Got that
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. No knock. With every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust. Our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for Europe does, and then with a love this storm, and before us to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cowboy said, for real does, and then with a love this storm, every form says to fair, and there was a strife. How you, my heart, keep the blue fading signs like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea spirit shines, bright lights up the sky.
Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chants, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Reetz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this. I'm still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never had to hide. Memories in Stamford breeze echo through my chest. Not every win is sweet, but I gave my all, no less. We sang through the rain, we danced through the pain. The pitch still remembers my name. Still blue through the silence and the roar. Still blue even when we don't score. I carry the soul of the shedding crew. You can't shake me, I'm still blue. Still here, still true. Woke up to the chance, paint cracked on my wall, but the pride in my heart never faded at all. Jersey frayed at the seams, but it still feels right. Been through darkest nights, still shining bright. We bled in the game, we rose with no shame. The bridge still whispers my name. Still blue, every tear and every cheer. Still blue, with my voice loud and clear. I carry the pride of the shedding crew. Win or lose, I'm still blue. From Drogba's fire to Reetz's run, we stood tall under every sun. Through Abramovich nights to new days begun, this heart beats for only one. Still blue, even when they don't believe. Still blue, every year we grieve and dream. I carry the hope of the shedding crew, born for this, I'm still blue. Still blue. Still blue. Footsteps on Fulham Road, moonlight on my pride. Wore this badge through highs and lows, never